You know what it is? I think subconsciously, I feel like I gotta have a bottle in my hand.
Why?
It might be just the defense part of
Defense of
my.
what? You ready to crack somebody with it? What do you
i-
need it
If I
for?
need it,
Well, and dude, a lot of times you don't have a bottle, you have a cup, just like now. But
no. If I drink a beer, I hold a beer a lot of times. Like these,
no,
these. If I'm in the club, I'm going for a cup real quick.
and
Like I'll take
again,
a shot and
and
then
again,
grab a
and
beer.
again, I'm telling you, most of the time when you're ready to go to the dance floor, is never with the bottle. And also, this is another reason why I know that you don't have a bottle, because they'll always tell you when you're on the dance floor with the bottle, no glass on the dance floor. So, with all that being said, sir, it's always a condensation leaking cup, and it's always a little bit of a splash because you're trying to dance and then it's probably a seventh one. No, I would love to dance with you without the third party.
Noted. What's this episode about?
What is cheating?
Show me love, you don't show me love. Show me love.
What is cheating? Can we stick to the topic?
Okay, yeah.
I said cheating is what two people agree upon. What do
Yeah.
you think? You agreed.
I do agree with that. I believe that cheating is between the two people in the relationship, but also I think that it needs to be revisited frequently.
Like you mean frequently? Like how long?
So, for instance, if we agree when we first get married,
Mm-hmm.
these particular things are deal breakers in the area of cheating. Like, I don't want you doing this, I don't want you doing that. I consider that cheating, but you are free to
Mm-hmm.
do all of these things. As the relationship
You
progresses,
got to renegotiate the contract.
some of those things, right, that are in the free zone,
Mm-hmm.
I may not feel comfortable with them anymore based off of multiple reasons.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that whatever we said in year one may not be the same in year three.
I absolutely agree. And like I said, you can renegotiate the contract that you guys have with one another, whatever the commitments and the commitments that you've made. It might mean a whole bunch of other new commitments, and old commitments have to die.
Exactly, because I remember you said people are committing to things. I think you said it just I forget where in this conversation you said it. And that was people will make commitment or agree to things they shouldn't be agreeing to.
Mm-hmm.
I actually feel like I did that. I shouldn't have agreed to certain things because I realized that once you actually took me up on it, I was like, oh,
No.
I did feel like that.
You may have felt like that, but you absolutely made the right decision.
Yeah, for you and you happy. But
And
for me, it
no,
wasn't the right
no,
decision. It was not the right decision for me because it bred additional insecurities. No, it was not the right decision.
it bred additional insecurities.
It made me feel like I wasn't enough.
That's a good point because we have had a lot of those conversations, and it definitely made me feel like you were enough because
After you had your fill.
yeah. But here's the thing, like I've told you before, when when we had that agreement, what do you want to call it? Passes.
So this is a little story. Story time. I saw many relationships that meant something to me dissipate, and everybody got divorced because the man cheated. So I felt that once I entered into my marriage and my relationship, I didn't want it to end based off of my husband physically cheating. Emotionally connecting with someone else, to me, that was an ultimate betrayal and deal breaker. But I felt like I could control the situation if at the very beginning I said, you are totally free to have sex with other people, but you can't spend money on them, you can't text them, you can't do any of these other things to have a long-term, and you definitely can't do a repeat, right? Anything that would make you go back to that person. And, obviously Gazza's like, hell yeah, I can do
Hold
all
on.
of that.
Hold on. The angel just told you her backstory of why she did what she did. But for me, my backstory is that I had already come from previous relationships where I had very similar type of commitments, where the woman would allow for me to do what I needed to do, as long as I'm there for Sunday dinner, easy like Sunday morning. I'm
Let's
there for
stop
Sunday
smiling about
dinner.
it because it ain't cute.
Maybe not, but it's my truth.
Mm.
That's what that was. So you coming from with that perspective, and me already coming from the perspective as, and then when we met, I wasn't ready. Anyway.
So this is the number one thing. I wasn't trying to make this dude ready. I
But
didn't
hold on.
ask him to be
But
with
that's
me.
why.
I didn't do nothing.
But that's why it was the perfect fit, because
no, because
it was at the time. It was actually the perfect fit because you had that. I wasn't ready, and like I said, some of my previous relationships, recently previous relationships, that's pretty much how I was operating, and the women were cool with it. And that's not every woman, but the women were cool with it.
They were cool with it because they were waiting for you to come around to them and within a certain time.
Absolutely.
But this is the thing.
But they couldn't handle it. When we went back an episode, we were talking about when people agree to things that they can't handle.
It's not an episode, it's up a few minutes. It's the same episode this one.
Well, I guess they wouldn't know that. But we were just talking about that, right? When people make agreements and commitments that they really can't commit to. So some of my previous relationships were like that. I was like, hey, I don't want to, like, I was always honest. I am not ready to settle down. We cool.
But this is the thing. You never said that to me. You never said I'm not ready to settle down. You called me when I was minding my own doggone business
true,
at my grandma's house and said that you wanted to be with me. Like, what are you talking about?
No, that's different. That's when I was ready to settle down.
Like, and before then, we weren't together, so there's no such thing as passive because we weren't in a relationship. Yeah.
Before then, you're right. We wasn't together.
Yeah, and I had nothing. No,
hold on a second.
None of this stuff comes into play until after we made a commitment. No, I had to say this because you talking wild.
None of the stuff came into play until after we made the commitment. We made the commitment hold on a second, let me finish. We made a commitment. I wasn't ready to settle down. And hold on a second.
Oh, Jesus.
Hold on a second, let me finish. In the beginning, I wasn't ready to settle
Beginning
down.
of what?
The beginning of our friendship, the beginning of us.
And I told you that I wasn't either.
The beginning of us having sex before actually friggin' being committed to each other on a premarital.
I'm sorry, Daddy. If you ever watch this, as he just blatantly said
you gave me no choice. You brought me to this.
Apologize to my father for desecrating his daughter. Apologize.
Don't do that.
Apologize. Daddy, you like this man and you think he's a good husband. You see this?
I'm a very good husband. Stop it. We 15 years deep and we still together pretty damn strong, young. Look, we done seen our enemies done float by us, man. What do you mean? We don't counted the bodies done. We don't seen a whole lot. But no, in the beginning, yeah, we were having premarital sex, right? So, and you know I wasn't ready to settle down. And I said the
same thing back to you. So don't make it seem like I'm like, oh, I want to be together, because I did not start
So you were having sex with other people?
No.
Okay.
So see, this is the thing. The way my vagina works is only access to one at a time. Had nothing to do with you. I don't have sex with multiple people because guess what? If some accident happens, I'm not about to be on Maury Povich running around the back talking about you are not the father. That is like my worst nightmare ever. So actually, no, that has nothing to, I'm talking about the simple fact of when we were dating before the time that you called me to say, I want us to be together. I want us to be exclusive. I wasn't saying you like
because you allowed for me to be even me at that time.
What do you mean? I wasn't allowed for you to nothing. I had not even to have that. I didn't have this conversation with you until after you called me.
You didn't have to. Already knew what it was. I already knew.
You knew that if you called me and was like, I want to be together.
I was going on a trip with I was going on trips
And we weren't together. So what
we
was
weren't together. It was a
we weren't together.
no. We were together. we were together because I hadn't said the magic word. We were together, nigga. Don't don't do that. Because like I said, at that time, from the first time we did it, you know, that was it for you. That's what you said.
You see how you said that? You see how you said that? I hate your black ass.
I'm just saying, I was still kind of, I wasn't, you know, I am not a whore.
That is debatable.
Not.
Debatable.
I've had some, hey man, hold on a second. Y'all women always say y'all have these, what do you call it? I mean, horror moments, but it was something else y'all call it. Whole period. What is it? Come on, help me out.
I'm not doing it.
Help me out. What is it? Whole period. Whole time.
I'm not helping you.
Whole time. Whole period. You're not gonna help me, Angel?
No.
You know what I'm saying is true.
What does that have to do with anything right now?
Okay. All I'm saying is I'm not a hoe. But let me roll it back. That's what I admired about you. While you say that it made you more insecure, right?
It did.
And it had the reverse effect for me, which it made me actually feel like, wow, this woman is allowing me some grace, figure out what it is that I need and want.
But in the whole entire time, so that's the thing. Like, you took it and you embodied this whole thing, and it was a spiritual awakening and stuff for you. And for me, the whole entire time that I was saying it, I'm hoping that like you'd be like, no, I don't need that. You're all that I need. But instead, you're like, bet, thank God. Now I get to fuck all the bitches.
But real at the time, and I'm like I said in a few episodes back, I've grown a lot. Because at the time when we got, I could never imagine myself, to be real, I couldn't imagine myself being with one person. Like, just, damn, one person, having sex with one person for the rest of my life. That was the mindset I was in. One person for the rest of my life. Nah. That's not even, wow. That's the mindset I was in the beginning. I was in a different place. And that woman had to be very, very special. I'm just not.
And I wasn't.
You wasn't? I married you. What are you talking about?
You married me, but you still couldn't imagine only being with me. So I wasn't special enough to encapture your heart
Angel.
enough. No.
Angel.
I'm not done. Because you said how, and then you're still trying to stop me because I was not special enough for you to feel like you did not ever need another person.
Not at the time. Hold on a second. Listen to me. You were special, but not like how you are today.
But I was your wife still. I
know. I had to grow up. And you allowed for me to grow up in that time frame. And once again, I feel like every time I say it puts more emphasis. I might
use the whole. Oh, you know what? Don't save them. You don't want to be saved.
But to the ladies, this is specifically for the ladies.
I know all the songs, man. These are hits that I come with. Nobody recognize. Y'all recognize these songs I be singing?
This is specifically for the ladies. That damn, what I was gonna say.
Good. This was probably something dumb.
Hold on a second. Off camera.
As we take this intermission for Gazza to pour himself more alcohol so he can spew more intolerable conversation. You know, when I go on vacation, I'm not bringing this ring because I'm so afraid that more diamonds are going to come out since this one diamond came out right here. And it is scratching the heck. I don't know if you can see it there. It is scratching the heck out of the inside of my finger right here.
You better keep that shit on. Like you taking it off for.
Because it is scratching, and I don't want to lose more diamonds while I am gone, and I'm swimming in the water.
Back to the conversation.
Is that cheating?
What? Taking your ring off?
Yep.
Like when you go out and shit?
Show me love, you don't show me love. Show me love.